Lukey boy. Oh, Lukey boy. I've just come back from work and I can't believe what you did. See, I know what you did. You tried to involve my Spurs. You tried it. You tried it, Luke. Tried to get personal. Tried to get deep. Tried to get dirty. But okay, Luke. Okay, Luke. We'll play your game. Okay, right. Kevin Durant is one of the best players this game has ever seen. I say it straight. But Kevin Durant has never ever had to carry the load like LeBron in Cleveland and like what he's had to do sometimes at the Heat. Kevin Durant has never ever had to carry the load like CP3 at Hornets. I don't know if anyone can honestly say to me, Kevin Durant, if he was the CP3 that got traded to the Hornets, if he was the LeBron that got traded to Cleveland, whether he'd still be Kevin Durant now. Kevin Durant is surrounded by Russell Westbrook, Collinson, Cephalosha, Perkins, Ibaka. These are no guys to shy at. Everyone yesterday, they look at Durant and they're like, oh, behind Durant's 36 points, they won against the Miami Heat. It's nothing to sniff at. 17 of those points came in the fourth quarter. That is awesome Hall of Famer stuff of legend. But then you look at what Russell Westbrook did. 27, 11, and 8. 27, 11, and 8. It's almost a triple-double. Like, the thing about Russell Westbrook, and I'm going to say Ibaka as well, and Perkins and Cephalosha, I don't think anyone, apart from maybe Tim Duncan, has ever been so blessed to have such a team around him. And it's for this reason why sometimes I get at Durant a bit. And I kind of feel like this is how it could have been if LeBron, if CP3, but most of all if Melo was around the right players. When I look at Durant, I think Melo. Just when I see the shots, when I see how he closes out, I think Melo. And I think if a lot of these players were in the position of Durant, I still think Oklahoma Thunder would still be where they are. And that's what the weight-in I give LeBron. I think if we replace LeBron with Melo or LeBron with CP3, and I know you can't exactly do that like for like because it doesn't work. They're not the same position. But the Heat wouldn't necessarily be the Heat. But then you swap Melo with Durant, I still think OKC are possibly the best team in the West. I still think OKC are where they are today. I still think OKC would have won that game yesterday. And that's the difference. That's the key difference. I think Durant is amazing. He is amazing. And he has the potential to be the best player in the NBA. I don't discredit that at all. But right now, it's not close. And from what I saw yesterday, his shooting is amazing. But when I look at the rest of his game, it's just not there yet. Not in a negative way, and I'm not getting at the dude. It's because of the rest of his team. I don't think... How many other players can say that they play with a legit big man, a legit top 10 big man, maybe even top 5? How many people can say they play with a top 3 or 4 point guard, as well as the big man? And then, you know, you got Cephalosha, Perkins, and then who's coming off your bench? The reigning 6th man, Harden. I know he had a mare yesterday, but the team is just crazy. And I don't think anyone, aside from Tim Duncan, has had to be able to say that. But then people say, why do I say Tim Duncan is the greatest player of our era? See, the whole team was built around Tim Duncan. I believe that the whole of OKC is built around Kevin Durant and Westbrook. And it was seen in the way that OKC weren't prepared to trade Russell Westbrook when they had the opportunities too. I think even for CP3 was up. And I think when you look at the team, it is Russell and Kevin Durant. With Duncan, yes, Ginobili took over. Yes, Parker took over. But it was never anyone and Duncan. Even when the Admiral was still there, it was still Duncan's team. And it was for a couple of years. I still don't think it's Durant's team. Because there's not a day that Russell's not going to drop crazy stats. Like, I don't think... Maybe there is a game, Lukey boy, you can tell me, where Russell's had an absolute mare and Kevin Durant's just come and saved the day. I think you need both of those players to be working. And no discredit to Kevin Durant, he's amazing, but he's just not LeBron. It's not necessarily just the stats, it's just the way they play. And do you know what, I'll go as far to say as for 3 quarters, LeBron is the best player in the NBA. And Lukey boy, I'll give your boy Kevin Durant the 4th quarter. Because in the 4th quarter, your guy is crazy. I'm not saying that. I just don't think that Kevin Durant is there yet, and I think it's because I don't think he's been through enough. I don't know whether you take out Chris Paul from the Hornets, you take out LeBron from Cleveland, and put Kevin Durant in there. I don't know where Kevin Durant would be today, or if he'd still be the same Kevin Durant. I think OKC a lot of the time have to take a second step, a secondary place to Durant, and I don't think it's fair. The dude's amazing, but I still think you swap Kevin Durant with Melo, OKC are still OKC. You know, I see what you did there. Don't compare him to Duncan. Don't compare it to my Spurs. Just behave yourself, boy. Behave yourself, boy. And I'm still saying Heat in 5. I think we're gonna snatch one. You know, LeBron, you had a good game. And in reference to my Dwayne Wade and LeBron comment that you tried again, you tried it, you really did. Here's what I said. LeBron has always been the better player, as in physically the better player. But I think the Wade's intangibles that he brings to the game, I believe Wade should have stepped up as the leader. He should have stepped up as the leader. He should have stepped up as the closer. He should have stepped up as the guy that was willing to throw LeBron around the room and say to him, look, you need to step up. But what Wade turned into is like this best friend buddy. No, Wade, you need to turn into that older brother, you know, that's willing to slap the guy on the back of his head and say you need to step up. And that's what I assumed would have happened. That's why I said it was Dwayne Wade's team. But what has happened is Dwayne Wade has taken a secondary seat to LeBron. And you have to now say it's LeBron's team. And I don't agree with it. I'm not saying that's right. Because to me, LeBron James is the Hulk. But he still needed Captain America, if I'm using the Avengers analogy, to say Hulk smash. You know? So there you go. I think it's LeBron's team now. I think it should have been Wade's team. It's too late now. Wade, you've lost your credibility in that section. And I think if it had been Wade's team, if Wade was prepared to, you know, push him up against the wall and say, get your act together, he was prepared to push Bosh up a wall and just be that mean guy, that kind of Kobe mentality where no one is your friend until we win a ring mentality, the Heat would have been doing a lot better. But, you know, that's how it goes, Lukey boy. Like, you tried to challenge me, you did. I hope this video has made you understand. You know what, I accept your apology. You don't have to do another video. It's all good, boy.